Now, here's an odd way of doing this since, yeah, I didn't upgrade the Tuatara yesterday for stage 8. So, yeah, well, I will need to get packs at a point in this, obviously, because I want to get this to the 3rd star so I can actually finish this event. And what I'm going to do is stage 9 and then drop back to stage 8 to do that. So stage 9 then is using the horrific shoe, the Bailey blade, and yeah, at 2 stars this can soak up quite a couple of blueprints here for me for the Tuatara, and then drop me back and be able to do stage 8. So like, it's kind of a bit in reverse order. Now obviously my pathway to the key for this car is going to come from the 500 conditions. Can I just say, because I've seen a lot of people mentioning it, people have gotten that key for 1,200 tokens, 2,400 or 3,600. Now, and there is other instances as well where that goes completely the other way. So like, I had linked a video previously from the global version of this and somebody burning out like 30,000 tokens that way. Titan Rob, who is leaving Asphalt 9 Legends, didn't get the Legend Pass this time, so they were missing out on having the Corvette Stingray, and they just decided to try to use all the tokens that were remaining on the account to try to get the key. They had 2 accounts. The video is linked down below and pinned, and yeah, all I can say is from, yeah, people, all the races that I've ever done with Italian Cyclops, yeah, there's a really cool club. So yeah, he was the leader of that, and he's now stopping playing the game. So yeah, good luck to Titan Rob, and like I said, that video is linked down below and you can see how those key packs went on. Spoiler alert, it ain't always great for players. So yeah, I would just warn, always just keep in mind that like, this gambling, and obviously the worst thing with those packs is that the more tokens you spend on them, it's like, oh, if you would get the key now, you'll get a 1-star Tuatara. Oh, but if you spend more tokens and it upgrades to 2 stars, but you still don't have the key, then it's like, oh, if you could get the key now, you'd get a like 2-star car, or now you could get a 3-star car. Or the problem is, you could never get the car unlocked. There's just like, it is down to luck, and this game is known to be pretty ratty when it comes to the luck-based mechanics. So I really, if you're not in a scenario where you can get the car for the guaranteed 500 conditions, I would strongly advise against those key packs. But I digress. Time to do stage 9 for me and get my Tuatara up to that 2nd star and be able to actually take part then in stage 8. So that's just wonderful. I went to do this race at one time and this happened. Other numbered cars in this race, you get the slipstream off them, which is pretty nice. But like, yeah, obviously you don't get that from and yeah, like, oh my god, this stage just is as bad as stage 7 in terms of performance. If you fall back into those cop AI, like, I get it, you want to have a ton of cops on there, but that helicopter, and just the fact that this, one of 2 things happened. This was playtested by no one, because anyone who would playtest this and say that's okay is just like insane. So it was either playtested by no one, or else it was playtested by someone and they went, you know what, F it, that's fine. And whichever one of those 2 it was, this is just a showcase for absolutely idiocracy in terms of like, oh my god, this is supposed to be a special event and like, it just runs like utter shit. It's just, yeah, like, if that's the plan, that's brilliant. It's really great. It showcase how special your game can be, but like, yeah, in the wrong kind of way. Yeah, this is like absolutely appalling. I mentioned it in this episode 7 video, the fact that like, that was bad performance, but it was on Himalayas. Himalayas is a track which kind of works normally sort of okay. So it's kind of like, it's a good thing it's not having this amount of AI, but like, this is just an absolute embarrassment. And this is an embarrassment which is a special event which is going to be played for by generally the paying players who've got the Legend Pass and have played this game for a while. Like, oh, it's just embarrassingly bad. like that thing I mentioned, by the way, with like the playtesters, like this is either like whichever one it is. If this was tested and was deemed okay, that's awful. If it wasn't tested, that's awful. You can't go on the barrel ramps on the left hand side back there, by the way, because you will almost always like not be able to control your car and just get shunted straight off, because the game becomes unplayable when the frame rate is down around like the 5 or 6 frames per second. Also, cop AI appears there right as you land up on that ledge, which is a nightmare, and it's placed in a way to be annoying, but obviously add that to the fact that the game is chugging at like 5 to 6 FPS when you're coming up there. It's a really great place. Want to hold left here to try and avoid this thing, but nearly impossible to do so because of the fact that, again, the game is barely working properly. Oh, and it's just that knowledge of the fact that, like, oh, if I fall behind, I'll get caught by the cops. That's not my worry at all. It's if I fall back behind, I'm getting minced by 2 frames. At least the helicopter will pull away here while I'm in the tunnel, but heaven knows the Switch is probably trying to render that above anyway, just for fun. And, oh, this is appalling. You can't control the car properly. And I've got the action camera turned off, so why does it go and show that action every time anyway? Somebody replied to a person, by the way, regarding the performance of these stages from the Gameloft customer support, with the fact of maybe this stage is running poorly because of your internet connection. The person who wrote that as a message should be fired off of a cliff, because yeah, it's, oh my god, that is terrible. Just, yep, appalling. Like, an absolutely appalling mess. When one of the major challenges in this game is try and make the game work properly, because the people who put the event together don't have a clue what they're doing. Yeah, it's just fucking wonderful. It really is. Oh my god. There's the car getting started up. Like, I am just going to associate now with the most broken event in this game to date. And yeah, a special event for one of the better cars in the game. Wow, what the heck? Just appalling. I'll come back to that afterwards and get the other like requirement. Oh, jeez. Right, this thing needs to be tuned up to 4100 rating though. That'll complete my quest for the day. Oh, I should probably actually, do you know what? Once I get this car tuned up, I'm going to restart my Switch as well, because almost any of the times where I've played one of the stages that run that badly, say on the Himalayas, after coming out of there nearly immediately, yeah, the game just crashed going into the next race. So like, it's got a lasting impact as well on the actual game, even just, yeah, outside of the hilariously bad running of the actual game itself. Jesus, not honestly seen like anything this bad in a game, even free to play, like garbage on mobile phones. It doesn't even matter the phone. They usually just say, oh, this isn't gonna run on this device, just so. But yeah, I'm gonna restart the Switch and get back out of this. Kind of worrying that that's still in red. But yeah, I'm gonna just restart the Switch so as I don't get another crash here before doing this race, because that'll waste more tickets and more of my time and patience. Didn't even look at the actual missions for this. No wreck, that could be just completely down to luck. Nitro time 25 seconds, so I'm gonna guess it's a long enough course, and win the race. Only thing I'm going to be gunning for is winning the race realistically with this, because that's where the packs are at, and that's the one that I want to get. Oh, my patience, this event, it's used it all up. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not even going to bleep out this video. This is just one where I can't be bothered going back through it and putting more effort into a video than they did the event that the video is about, really. Stage 8 though, right, New York stage. I didn't actually suggest which name it is, but I've kind of gotten the grips with a few of the New York stages. They're pretty good. And the Tuatara, It's a beast on long straights. This stage has lots of them, but is there gonna be cops? Why is there cops? Yeah, let's see though. How difficult is this if you actually get the car at the 4,100 rate? Uh-oh. I see red and blue. There is trouble. Oh no, run away from the performance. I wonder what happens if you hit a cop near one of these yellow bins. Will the game just explode? Ah, cop, go away. Ah, go. Well, like, yeah, it's no wreck. If one of those cops decides to wreck me, there's not much you can really do about it. Although here, there's just 2. Oh wait, no, now there's 4. Still, not too bad. Get some more nitro. Get her that nitro time. Have to really be careful coming down there. It's in the Class B Elite version of this track as well. You just have to watch out for going too far to the right hand side as you come down, because you just insta reset. That still wouldn't count as a wreck though, but oh, nice and easy after that last absolute mess. But yeah, give us a one-on-one race and then you can throw cops in there. Finish race, no wreck. Didn't get the nitro time, weirdly enough, but that is weird. I guess just, yeah. 25 seconds the nitro time needed in a 1:15 race, 1:16 race. So you need to be in nitro for a little bit more of the actual time. I'll be coming back into this anyway, because I have a feeling I'm not going to get the no wreck every single time in that one. Yeah. Let's see. Any extra blueprints? One more there, heading for 45. And yeah, I did notice there was one other blueprint to be had as well from this. So 2 up here. It's from these conditions. So nab that, bring this up to 4 out of 45. There's 2 more still to come there, so that'll be 6. I've got 1 more to grind out of this nightmare of a stage using the Bailey blade, and stage 8 then has the potential for 1 or 2 extra blueprints this way. Looking forward then at stage 10, this one has another 20 packs to be had, and it's also another one that's like needs just a 2-star version of the SSC. Stage 11 is the free trial of the Ford GT Mark II, so you've got 3 more blueprints for the car coming in from that. Then 20 more card packs on stage 12. Again, still fine with the 2-star version of the Tuatara. The free trial of the Corvette, which gives another 3 blueprints. So that's the 2 Grand Prix cars kind of out of the way with as free trials. Then 20 more packs on stage 14, but that's where you need to have the car at the 3rd star. So like, it'll be once I reach that point and I've got the rest of the stages grinded out, that's when I will be taking a look at actually getting some packs for this. I just said I want to put up a video on kind of warning about those key packs, showing the way that I was doing this by going like onto the Bailey Blade stage and then bounce back to stage 8. So that's possible to do, but whoa, that stage 9 is, oh, that is not fun to play at all. And yeah, stage 8's pretty easy to do realistically. Just some tokens to be grinded out there. And yeah, 18 more packs for me. And obviously there's like 30 conditions to be had there. And I think there's 9 more conditions to be had from this. So 39 conditions is enough to unlock, the stages all the way up pretty much to the next 2-star stage of the Tuatara. But yeah, these stages absolutely sucked. Can't believe how bad that is put together. Well, I can kind of believe how bad that is put together, really. But at the same time, I'd like to think it would get better. But this game and the patches just seem to have added more and more problems that that small team on the Switch just isn't capable of taking care of. And yeah, it's obviously just a case of, because you're constantly playing catch up with the global version of the game, there's never been a case of like, oh, let's just take a week to fix problems, or let's take 5 seconds to playtest the stage and see that that doesn't work before the event kicks off. Like, they have a year of looking at events and seeing, and like, somebody didn't look at this thing and just see the fact that like you're copy pasting an event in where there's 30 cars put into that Himalaya stage or this San Fran stage. Like, that is just complete ineptitude. There's no excuse for it. That is showing up for work on Monday morning and going like, oh, we're working on a project for the last year. Oh, this is hard. Put it out anyway. Yeah, it's just rubbish. Really just shocking. Like, yeah, if I was involved with having put this out in the quality control, I'd be embarrassed, realistically. Like, just embarrassing. That's the only way you could describe how poorly this runs. And like, that's not on the Switch. It's down to optimization. Switch is stuff like Witcher 3, Doom Eternal, and like those games are a million times more graphical and physics based than this stuff. And this is just an arcade racer. It's a nice looking arcade racer, but the problems there aren't down to the graphics or the console. The problems is just a case of sheer ineptitude. Yeah, helicopter, like I said, flying around the place, doing wind effects and creating particles which should not have been in this version. Be one of the easiest things you can ever downgrade on like any PC port of a game is just lower the particle effects. The helicopter, why is it there on that stage to begin with? It serves zero purpose. It's just a graphic thing which makes the stage look like, oh, now it looks more impressive because you have a helicopter going around. Yeah, but it's running at 2 FPS though, so obviously take it out. Jesus Christ. Yeah. If you like this video and want to see more chirpy stuff, sub up there. Normally events aren't this shit. Other videos from my channel here and here. And yeah, as always guys, good luck and drive safe. Try and drive safe. Try and drive. It's fun. Oh.